So to kickstart our journey on QuickBook, there are a couple of things we're going to need. First of all, you're going to need the internet. So you want to make sure your internet is up and running. For those of us who don't like to spend data, well, this is where your data will need to be useful, because QuickBook is one of those accounting softwares that you cannot run away. In fact, if you have been job hunting, I'm sure you would have seen one of the requirements in most accounting positions is that you should be able to use QuickBooks. It's one of the most famous accounting software that you cannot avoid. So definitely you will need to use it. So, and for you to be able to do that, you should be ready to invest in the little resources that you have to achieve that goal. So since our goal is to learn QuickBooks, you want to make sure that you invest in internet. Leave that TikTok. This TikTok that you are scrolling, yes, and you're always scrolling up and down, spending your data for. Forget about it. Forget about YouTube for now. Forget every other project or every other fun activities that you do with your phone that you rather spend data on. Let's do this. Invest your resources on data so that we can be able to learn something new. So you want to make sure that your internet is up and running, and you're going to need an AI assistant. Yep. So I use ChatGTP. Yeah, and I have it installed on my system. You can have yours on your phone as well if you want. Now you can use any type of AI assistant. You can use your Gemini, you can use your Grok, you can use, there's so many AI assistants out there. You can have that installed on your system or on the phone. Okay, so one thing I like about ChatGTP is that I'm able to create projects with them. As you can see right here on the screen, I have so many projects that I'm already working on. All these projects that you see here are very, very important to me. So if I have questions, I just click on that particular project and ask the question. It's a good way for you to always go back. Let's take, for example, you forget particular information on that particular subject. You can go back to that project and check out the questions that you've already asked to get the information again. So that's why I like putting my aspirations into projects so that I can be able to go back to the questions. So you're going to need an AI assistant. So if you don't already have one on your computer, make sure you download and install. Okay, so you can go ahead and download ChatGTP. These AI assistants are completely free, except maybe you want to use the premium version, you'll not get to upgrade. But we're just going to be asking questions. We are not looking for videos. We are not looking for pictures. We just need help as we go along the way. Okay, so this is our first time using QuickBooks. Then the third thing, of course, you're going to need is your QuickBook itself. All right, so you want to make sure you already have it installed on your system. I'm not using QuickBooks Online, although I can do that since my internet is connected and all that, but I prefer the desktop version so that even when I don't have data to burn, I can still use the software. So I have QuickBooks Desktop installed on my system, so you can go ahead and do that and then subscribe. To get your QuickBook Desktop, you can go to the QuickBook website and click on it to download, and that's basically it. So I have it installed on my system. So now that I've introduced it, I think those are the only three things you're going to need in this journey. Then the fourth thing, I almost forgot that. The fourth thing you're going to need is your resource. That is where you're going to be pulling information from. So I have the information here. Okay. Remember, I'm working with the school, so we have been using spreadsheets for the accounting process, and now we want to upgrade to QuickBooks. So the information is already stored here on this spreadsheet here. I actually created a spreadsheet, but I noticed a lot of limitations. I was trying to see if I could create the custom made and all that, but I've not been able to achieve that. So, and I don't have time to start going there, because if I want to do something, I like to perfect it. I like to take my time to make sure all aspects of it is working. So since I have limitations with this, I decided to just keep that project for now. You can even see it right here on my chat GTP that I started it. Look at it, accounting software using Microsoft Excel VBA. Yeah, so you can see I haven't started a project. So if I have questions, I come here and ChatGPT helps provide the answers and the codes that I need for it. But I've not had time to do that, and I need to have a good operating accounting software running for my organization as quickly as possible, so that we don't keep having setbacks. So that is why. So this is the spreadsheet we're going to be using. I'm going to be using past information, so that if there is so that I can be able to learn the QuickBook, and then we can now see how it can work for our organization, and then we can now use it for our current information. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So we're working with past informations that have happened already on years back, and so that we can be able to explore options without altering what is currently going on. So like I said, the first thing you're going to need is your resource, which is all the information, the accounting information that you need. So I'm going to open this up so that we can see how this information works. Come on. Let's see. So okay, you can see the spreadsheet is open, and I have literally the information that I need. So these are names of the PPUs that existed at that particular time in that academic session. I think this was the last academic session before this current one. So that's why I'll be working with it, so that I'll be able to see how I can use the QuickBooks. So you want to make sure you already have a resource running. If you don't have one, you can even go over to ChatGPT. Don't forget, we are creating a new project. So I'm going to click here, create a new project. I'm going to write learning QuickBooks. So over here, and I'm going to click create. All right. So I'm going to try to create, and let's see. Yeah, you can see it right here. So learning QuickBooks is now open. We now have a project. So all the questions we want to ask about using QuickBooks are going to be here. So we're going to be using the responses and answers that we get from our AI assistants to be able to see how it works. So if, for example, you are a new accountant, you're just out on the field, you have never worked in any establishment before, so you don't have any resource to work with, you can come over to ChatGPT and let ChatGPT know that, see, you need the random information. For example, I can come here and say, hi, I named my assistant Nicole, so you can do that with yours. I'll just write, hi Nicole, I need I need a spreadsheet containing random, let's say 50, or you can specify random 50 customer names and random 50 customer names for a school, or use random 50 PPUs names, preferably, or let's say random 50 PPU names that are Nigerians. You can specify Okay, hi Nicole, I need a special containing random 50 people's names that are Nigerians in, oh, that's not correct here. That are Nigerians in different classes for e.g. from preschool to primary. Let's increase the name to 100. This 100. Hanika, I need a special containing random 100 people's names that are Nigerians in different classes, e.g. from preschool to primary. That's a preschool to primary 5. So you can ask your AI assistants to help you with this, so that you'll be able to work with it. And you can even specify, go on to say, I need these customers to have existing payment schedule, preferably in installments. Okay, so that we can be able to work with installments, because most Nigerian schools, they accept school fees in installments. There are even other organizations that as a supplier, as a customer, you can pay for products in installments. So it all depends on the organization you work for. Remember, I told you guys, I work in a school and I want to effect QuickBooks for the school. So that's my agenda. So that's why I'm using pupils as my customers and installments as the payment options that I use. So I've written to the AI in the case of where you do not have an existing customer list and payment schedule. So you can request the AI to help you with that. So I'm just going to click send. Eventually I'm going to delete this because I don't need it. I'm just showing you what your AI assistant can help you with. Alright, so let's see. So it's working out. Let's see what it can generate for us. Remember we said, hi Nicole, I need a special containing random 100 people's names that are Nigerians in different classes, e.g. from preschool to primary 5. I need customers to have existing payment schedule, preferably in installments. So it's telling us what he has put in the installments from preschool. What's inside the spreadsheet? You have PPO ID, full Nigerian names, randomly generated. Then the class is preschool to primary 5, and the total school fees, 3 installment breakdowns. So in the spreadsheet that the AI created for you, your installments are 3. Then the payment is ongoing, completed, and pending. Then it says it's very suitable for QuickBooks practice, school billing, receivable tracking, installment payment, assimilation, and all that. So this is the spreadsheet. You can see that. So you can literally click this, download it, and join this practice. So I'm going to see you guys in our next video, where I'll be showing you how to import this customer list that you have generated in using your AI, or that I have, into QuickBooks, so that we can see how the whole thing works. So see you in the next video. Bye.